on.
You left, and I was like, hey, Alan, Alan.
Didn't know it's Dan. Dan. So it actually worked for you better.
By the way, Mr. Telict, we have a timer on the game. We can't just start it. We have to wait until it's available, which it is now.
Hang on, just doing my
Um, we
some.
haven't just been talking for fun. We've been waiting for the game to start.
Some people are so like, where is my entertainment? I want it now.
I can't believe I'm watching this for free.
These guys, I hate them. Right, here we go. Hello there, and welcome to Weekly Cup 7 of ESL Go for Company of Heroes 2. You are watching Jove's USF. He is the Eastern player on Feynmanville approach. No, what are we on? Dan, you're laughing at me. You've distracted me. I said the map wrong because you were laughing at me.
No, carry on.
The
Sorry.
map is Kolodny Firma, thank you. And he is against Helping Hands, who's decided to play Wehrmacht. What do your Hawkeyes see, Daniel?
My Hawkeyes see, well, it's the first time that we've seen USF in this tournament so far, is what I would deduce from this. And actually not seen Jove play USF before, so this is a new one for me. He's rocking out the heavy cavalry, armor company, and infantry company, so no Calliopes, which has been a very, very popular choice, of course, with the M19s and the Calliopes. So, especially on a map like this where Calliopes really do sing. This would be an interesting one. Pershing is equally as good an option, especially bouncing left to right with the speed of the Pershing. Very, very useful. There's a lot of options here, and it's nice to see that USF are getting played, because every game so far today has been Soviets and Oster.
And USF, they're a very interesting faction. They're a grower, I think, you know. The more you get to know about USF, they're pretty one-dimensional, I must admit. They're very light vehicle-centered, and they do very certainly miss massive aspects of combined arms play that you can only get through commander choices. But I do have a soft spot for USF, increasingly. The more I play them in auto-match myself, and the more I see them, or not see them in tournaments, I want them to be used more, so there's definitely that aspect.
I really like the USF faction. I do think they're very, very strong. They are, you know, one of the few factions that's like really restricted by the way that you tech, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, Soviets have it in the... Well, Soviets do have it, USF has it. It's, yeah, it's good. As you said originally, like, it's very, very heavily reliant on what commander you pick as well. A lot of things from the faction are restricted. You know, there's going to be a lot of infantry in the field with these doctrines. Obviously, you get... don't want to use the word free squads, because I've seen how that's gone down in other streams, but no, none of that. You know, basically, yeah, you do get free squads for teching, and it means that there's a heavy infantry power, and it also almost makes the faction predictable. You know, when this free squad comes on the field, you kind of know what's coming as the next part of the build. But there's a good opportunity for an austere faction to actually provide a counter. That's the interesting part, and it's really like, you know, what's gonna work: the overpowering might of the USF or the strategic intelligence provided by the austere.
It's a cool dynamic, and as I say, they do grow on me. I mean, the fact that they don't have a sniper, some people say, is incredibly imbalanced to them. That can pick away all game, but that means that the USF use their inherent light vehicle advantage to their credit and have to try and do that to counter the sniper. So it does. It's an interesting counterplay dynamic, and there is arguments for it as a feature in the game, to be honest.
In the early stages of the game, nothing unusual really here, except for the double pioneers that have come out from hands, and we're seeing a lot of double pioneers for Austere recently. You know, it's becoming more and more a popular thing. We saw it from Barton last game, although that didn't really work out from towards the end of that. Hans being very, very confident with his one pioneer capping the right-hand side. You know, it leaves it a little bit risky.
He knows that there's nothing there, though. He's got very good game sense, I guess. So that's one of those situations where I'd argue that a one-man squad left on the field is probably not a bad decision, to be fair.
No, I mean, you'd much rather have the cap there, and if it's safe to do so, then why not? It's a really good decision for him to do that.
I mean, USF couldn't do it because of the sniper. Never want to risk that. So let's go through commanders available. I mean, I know you've already spoken about Joe's, but Helping Hands we must be very familiar with by now. It's mechanised. Elite troops, though, which are not a lot of people seem to select in tournaments. Mostly because Stone Pioneers are...
I mean, this is a... Elite Troops is a really good one, I think. I think if you can actually get around to teching up to like a tier 3 and then go for Elite Troops, or actually, sorry, tier 4 more often. Something like the Panzerwerfer, then get the Tiger Ace out. There's a very, very strong build to come out with, so it's a nice one to see. It's a nice one that it's in there. Of course, I think he doesn't want to rely on it because it does really hamper, obviously, your manpower income when that is out, making it hard to recover without actually losing the Tiger Ace. So you'd have to be very, very careful when you use a unit like that. I really, really like the choice that's coming up for Jove. He's decided to go for the AA half-track. This is a really, really good unit to use because, of course, you can suppress any of the infantry, you know, straight away. You can suppress at max range. You know, the 4-man squads. This thing also takes down. It's going to be an easy counter for the scout car if that comes out. As soon as it sets up, you'll beat the scout car in like 4 or 5. Scout car in like 4 or 5 easy shots. It's a very, very good unit to bring out. It's a very, very good point defender. Jove's probably going to have that in the center of the map, you know, covering the exit to Hans's base. And there ain't going to be much Hans can do about it.
It's also going to be able to shred this scout car that Helping Hands is currently building. So as soon as the Beyonce machine backs its ass up into your face, there's not much you can do currently for Helping Hands. I mean, he will need a pack in order to stay in the game. It's one of those things as well, Panzerschrecks, if he were to get them, they wouldn't be able to do anything because of the suppression, so he's got to get a pack right now. Well, he'll have obviously ample time to make that decision himself as soon as he sees the AA half-track on the field. Here he goes, he's going to see it right now. It's going to back its ass up right into these Grenadiers, capping the victory point. Rude awakening for that unit. Gets a Faust off, but it's a difficult retreat path, Dan. Was that the right decision?
Yeah. No, that was not the right decision. The reason obviously being is that it makes no difference to how the AA half-track is firing on him. Could lose that on the retreat still. He's very, very lucky to get away with that. But of course, why waste munitions? That, you know, USF vehicles can hop out. You're seeing it now, and they can repair the engine criticals instantly. You know, they can also just hop out and repair full stop. So.
Dan, this 222's got rifles on retreat as well. This could be good for Helping Hands. I mean, he managed to escape with one man on one bit of health, but his opponent does not. Jove's riflemen get taken out. 280 manpower distinguished there, or extinguished rather.
Yeah, he needs to be very careful though, because Jove still does have the AA around that area, and Hans bringing the scout car out. You see Jove going in for that now. All he needs to do is get near and set up, and that scout car is in a very, very awkward position there.
He's not feeling aggressive enough though. He doesn't want to go for it quite yet, and he's probably wise because there could have been a pack out for all he knows by now.
It's probably going to be Hans's next option is to get the pack gun out, because the scout car isn't going to be able to do much here, especially if Jove does decide to lock down some pretty important territories, like that strategic point on the northern left-hand side. Locking that down, it cuts Hans off from absolutely everything. He's only got 2 strategic points to his name right now, so he needs to counter the AA half-track very, very quickly.
You got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
Got some lovely Shiraz. Certainly beats Flat Logger. A half-track opening up against the Garrison Pioneers. Or you've got the Lieutenant trying its hardest to cap the cut-off. It does indeed neutralise it. Sniper opens up there and it's now claimed its 12th kill.
I actually think Jove could be a little more aggressive here right now, especially considering how fast the AA comes out, and he knows that the scout car's been built. You know, there is a reliable window that you can actually go in quite hard with the AA and not really have to worry about anything.
Yeah, I think if he could have seen the view we could see, Jove should have pushed in with the AA half track. He would have had the sniper and the scout car at his mercy.
Pretty about how far you push the infantry for vision. You know, you need to have that kind of intel, and the rifles are pretty. They're pretty robust. You can get them in there and get them out with little or no harm. And the recon you get from that, especially if you can go in hard with a unit like the AA half-track, you can cause untold amounts of damage for an early game austere.
Pushes this Vet 2 Grenadier away. He's going to himself cap the southern victory point now. That's where you got the sniper and the scout car idling, but they are a nice tandem there. They've got a bit of synergy with this line of sight. Here comes the AA half-track against the Pioneers.
Huge amounts of damage on the Pioneers.
Also destroys the barbed wire they were spending so long trying to lay.
Well, Jove's in a pretty strong position right now. Still getting the feeling that Hans could be a little more concise about where he's going. We've seen Hans play really well today, so obviously we don't want to see him drop anything against Jove right now. Sniper is already on 13 kills, so it's starting to climb above the
threshold. Yep,
ratio.
you're exactly right there. The 13 kills obviously signifying it's paid for that 360 manpower. It's a calculation of 28 times 13 being above 360. And now every kill is going to be a free manpower kill. Every kill is going to be an attrition kill. And the sniper can really begin to do damage after about the 15 minutes, 20 minute mark.
Good thing is that there's really no counter for it on the field. You know, there's no chance of an M20 coming out now, unless a weird decision of a back tech after both the ambulance and the AA comes out. It's unlikely to see that.
And you say that, well, bars are unlocked, so what he'll be able to do is at least get... He's got 3 rifles and obviously a rear echelon. He could get bars and then flank the sniper. That is always an option for USF.
Yeah, definitely. I think Hans is a bit above that, though, to be honest. His positioning is going to be more orientated around the defense of such a unit that couldn't, you know, provide such heavy manpower damage. You know, so it's always kept on the back lines. It's always in a position where I haven't seen a flankable position on that sniper once so far, so the positioning has been really good.
2-2 might actually meet its maker right now. The pack is trying to stop the A half track from getting into the arena, so it will not be endangered for the time being. So Hans has got he's got a substantial little portion of territory. It is just that, though, a portion, and he seems to be microing his units within it. He's going to have to branch out and get victory points at some point there.
Well, he's got the one in the centre. I think he's doing a pretty good job covering that at the moment. He's got his fuel now, which is nice, so he can actually start to comfortably tech up to what he needs to start progressing. I'm not sure how I feel about... I mean, Jove's actually had like squads on the left-hand side just sitting there for a portion of the game. Clearly, you know, he's microing his AA as much as possible. The scout car just went down, by the way, and I didn't see what
gosh,
to.
Nice. Well, let's find this wreckage. This wreckage was probably due to this bazooka on that rear echelon there. So he teched a bazooka, managed to get the shot in on the 2-2-2. It was nothing to do with the A half track, which was pushing off the Panzer Grenadiers. God.
Yeah, it's a shame there. They're still trading a couple of squads. I think that puts them at even, actually, to be honest, after losing the scout car. Aside from the fuel cost involved in that, Hans wiped earlier, I believe.
Yeah, so Nordkinchen pointed out that this rear echelon does indeed have 2 bazookas. You can see that on their shoulders right there. So that is like a captain-esque unit, and especially now the captain himself is on the field. There's 4 bazookas, which, given that the 2-2-2 no longer exists, but if it did, it was definitely not going to exist for much longer. Sniper 19 kills down, 12 minutes in, not bad. Ooh, only a slither of health, those 82 points diminishing quite rapidly.
Good decision from Hans there as well, not to retreat with the sniper, to walk it back carefully. And I want to point out to everyone as well, if you're really aiming to keep your snipers alive, you don't want to be retreating out of every engagement as you lose it. Like, the best thing you can do with your snipers is get it into cover, especially the austere one that cloaks quickly. You always see the top players running back into cover positions like that, where they cloak quickly and then they can escape whilst you know, some other units take the focus damage.
Hans is now branching out to cap that southern victory point. It's a very even game, very tentative game. No balls to the wall aggression shown by either player. It's been much more jabs and a few hooks here and there, just trying to see what's happening. No big haymakers as of yet, but that's to come. We've got that to look forward to.
Who turned the score thing on in Moobot? That shouldn't be on. Turn that off.
Here we go, we've got the A half track venturing into the western engagement. Got this Grenadier waiting for him should he poke his head around. So
double sniper about.
Yes, so let's control group both of them now. Or in fact do them as one control group, there we go. Brutal from Helping Hands. He's got his 21st kill, so he only needs to get to 26 and he's paid for both snipers, and then he'll really start racking them up. It's 28 per model for the most part, right around that. What is it for a rifleman? I forget sometimes.
Well, here comes that Stuggy. Hans has picked the mechanized assault doctrine. And that's not a bad choice, I would say, actually. Not a bad choice at all. It may even force a commander pick from Jove when he sees that Stuggy. Actually, you may expect to see Jove pick one straight away. Could expect that the Pershing would be good here. Other options, of course, are infantry company, but it's less likely. I think we're going to see Pershing at the moment, based on the mechanized assault being chosen.
Oh yes, Pershing versus Tiger hype. That would be exciting indeed. The AA half-track's got 6 kills. It's mostly just been a deterrence and keeping map control in favour of Jove for the most part. Stuggy now is going to be a unit that's a very similar ilk for Helping Hands. Ooh, second one pulled onto the field of battle for Helping Hands there. Dan, he's got 2 Stuggies.
This was a mistake that we saw him make in a previous game against Barton. The 2 Stuggies straight away, they're not really needed. You know, unless you need that, you may as well leave yourself with a bit of an option. Both Stuggies go over to one side as well. You know, you could have one in the mid, one on the right. This didn't work before, so I'll be interested to see if he can make it work now.
Okay, Dan, I've got an over-under bet for you. You know how we had one each for the day on over-under betting. The double sniper team under 100 kills. So it's 99 and under or 100 and over.
Under, I would say.
Under. So okay, they're not together. They're not going to hit 100. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big one. I don't know. I think Hans could do it. It's a very like kind of stalematey kind of game. So it's going to be an interesting one. Crucial from the AA. It's got every kind of support it needs. It's got the Vet 2 Lieutenant, the Captain also with the bazookas pushing in with the AA half-track support. It's a very difficult proposition. Here are the snipers lying in wait, pushing them away. It's for a lot of money today, 180 euros for the winner. So these guys want to play and they want to compete. 90 euros for 3rd place, 130 for 2nd place. A hell of a lot to play for today. And this is a big semi-final. So this is the difference between possibly 90 euros in difference. Saying that if they have a 3rd place game, if they could win it, so it could be nothing for one of these players or 180 euros. Big difference there. Plus a hell of a lot of prestige. We rolled this before the game started. We rolled Helping Hands winning the Kickoff Cup. Just his first tournament win reduced him to tears live on stream in the best possible way. I'm not like mocking him. It was fantastic to see. So it just goes to show just what it means to these players to win these big tournaments. And Jove, having been knocked out by his clanmate Nagano, but he did manage to win his own tournament there in week 5, was it, Dan? Or 6? Jove won.
I'm not sure actually.
Has Jove won one?
I haven't really seen Jove compete much.
Yeah, he has. He was in the... Hang on. So Jove didn't indeed win Cup 6 last week. And then he got into the final of Cup 5, and that's pretty much Jove for you. So he has actually won one of these big weekly tournaments. That was cast by Magpie last week. It was very cool that he's managed to do that. Major in a major piece of difficulty there, getting pushed away quite fiercely.
By the way, check out the Shermans come on now, trying to confront the Stuggy on the northern side, chasing in for that. It doesn't look like there's anything that Hans has that can defend that. That will be able to kill that quite confidently. Hans also needs to be careful for his snipers.
Oh, Stuggy goes down. The second one's in dire jeopardy here. Sherman pushing in, hell for leather. Where are the packs? They're out of position currently. One more shot, main gun destroyed. Stuggy possibly going down. Faust is coming in, but it probably doesn't matter at this point because the Stuggy's going to bite the bullet.
Yeah, that Faust is going to mean nothing. I mean, the crew can just hop out and drive off after engine critical repair. It's got the protection of the AA, so there's no real harm in doing that. Hans needs to drop this build because it just doesn't work. You know, there's these 2 Stuggies coming out at the same time. They don't do anything. He's actually brought another one out on the field. This is a huge mistake in my opinion.
It's only been made a huge mistake due to the excellent micro from Jove. He went for it, and I thought we'd have this, a massive cavalcade of activity, a big frenzy, and it hit us hard, and it hit Hans the hardest.
Well, he's put himself in a bad spot for the rest of the game now because he doesn't have access to take his fuel. The Stuggy is... I don't know why he brought another one out when the Sherman's on the field because he automatically will lose those engagements. You know, he's not going to get to the Tiger easily now. He's got to make some serious plays to get out of this.
Ooh, he's got the 50 cal though in return, so he may have lost 2 Stugs, but he's got the 50 cal.
Even his grenadiers there after picking him out.
Interesting. I think he's.
The captain is there. Maybe he doesn't know.
I think there's a Flammenwerfer he could pick up there though.
The enemy. All sectors. Ability now ready.
Quite funny.
Commanders, be advised. Ability now ready.
Oh, here comes that hero Sherman though. Oh, there's another Stug waiting for him, but there are packs in support this time. Sniper, however. Elsewhere in the centre, you got the Major again capping the centre, having lost 2 models the first time. Sherman careering into the corners of that building. Ooh, this Panzer Grenadier is in a difficult spot. Sustained bar fire, anti-air half-track fire, and now the Sherman coming to bear. So surprised there's still 3 models remaining, and it didn't even take any health damage on that retreat. Very odd. Oh, double snipers again opening up. We're now on 26 plus 6, so he's got a long way to go to get 100. So.
Gotta be a kill, surely. Oh no!
Ooh, the pack's now in position, so the Sherman's in a dangerous spot. Just get a big shot in its frontal armour. Stug still could go down though, 1 more shot required. Pack is not in position. The Sherman's got to try and find an angle. Here's the second pack. So the... Oh my god, great shot by the Lieutenant. Discrews the pack in the nick of time, keeps the Sherman in the fight. That is 3 kills on that Sherman. Count it, 3 kills. What are those 3 kills, Dan?
They're all Stuggies, and it's just... I don't know why Hans is going in with this loadout as Oster right now, because I can understand it with 1 Stuggy, and he was in a really strong position. You need to tech up. You can't just rely on the Stuggies, because you will get hard countered. You need to have 1 of them possibly good to deal with like mid-game things, the Stuart or the A half-track, great, but 2 of them completely unnecessary. And Jove just really pulled out a great build with the Sherman, pretty much knowing there's nothing available to beat that.
I honestly think like it was his pack positioning that left him open for his Stugs to be countered. I mean, he had 1 pack in the north, 1 pack, other pack completely out of position, and the Sherman noted that big gaping hole in Hans's defence and exploited it. You know, so I agree that the build order is a little bit. Oh god, massive splinters of wood careering across my screen. I don't know about yours, but it's definitely the positioning of the packs that let him down, in my opinion.
Yeah, pack positioning has been a little dry, but I don't know. It seems too easy for the Sherman to get in on those units with the fixed turrets like that. They do absolutely no damage. You know, 1 pack is not a counter for a Sherman.
So he's now got his 3rd pack building, and the 3rd pack about to hit, so he definitely wanted to counter it somehow. He's going to try and wait till Tiger. He's got a long way to go. Infantry going down somewhere. Wonder what that was.
Very careful with that sniper on the mid VP. He could die.
Oh.
Jove is so sneaky.
What happened there, mate? What did he do?
Jove's hiding behind this bush on the mid VP and throws a grenade like right on the sniper, and I think Hans just spotted it.
Oh,
Very
nice.
But Hans did not see that unit was there, so he must have just clipped the.
So you're against the Great Wall of Pack. It's a 3-pack wall. What does Jove do now? Does he just keep going for Pershing and hope for the best, or does he try and build an indirect fire counter?
We have 200 points remaining.
Dan,
Yes. Sorry.
you weren't listening to me, were you?
Sorry.
That's all right. It's fine. I can see you were drinking. To be fair,
No,
I've got you on
Klug asked
welcome.
me something, so sorry.
Okay, so we've got 3 packs coming out. I mean, does Jove just carry on and still go for Pershing, or does he possibly go for something indirect fire based?
Well, he still needs to bring something out in the meantime. I mean, he should just go straight for the Persian right now. It's good against the infantry. He could consider going up to another tier. He could consider, well, he has actually got captain out, so he could go for the pack howitzer, which would be very useful right now.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, pack howitzer would really help, especially. So the Pershing's great, but against 3 packs and 2 snipers, I mean, it could come unstuck if Helping Hands played it right. Sorry. So he's got to be a little bit careful, but. Yeah, pack outs would be nice too, I agree. Well, talking of packs, one's found this Sherman here. So you got Grenadiers in nice positions. He's staying in it, Helping Hands, Dan. He's just about staying in it. He's obviously down to 180 victory points, which isn't great, but he's staying in it.
His build is still very strong. With the 3 packs, he could, you know, really nail some territory down here. So we want to see him really, you know, one, we want to see him cap the mid and the right. We want to see him put his packs down in a position where it's going to take some kind of good flank or an indirect fire. We need to see Grenadiers with the Faust ability protecting those packs just in case something does come around. You know, and then build up hopefully towards that Tiger. The Tiger's going to be really good here because it will kind of battle with the Pershing well enough.
We are 110 fuel away from it, and the Pershing is already on the field. That's a long time to go. The Pershing's first action is to run up against a pack. It just ricochets a shot off its frontal armour. Probably going to do some damage against the crew. There is a second pack waiting for it, though. Oh, the Sherman's rushing in as well. He's against 2 packs. Interesting one. What? It's probably not to be advised. No, yeah, he thinks better of it.
Yeah, I mean, he may have gotten away with that just because Hans is not protecting these 2 AT guns at all. There's nothing whatsoever protecting those. Both the Sherman and the Pershing could rush that and have no, you know, no counter whatsoever.
Here you go, they've got the third pack pushing in from the south. It's going to come up against a barred rifleman in the garrison. Elsewhere. Looks like Lieutenant's found that area there. Pershing pushes in, the squad wipe machine. Looks like riflemen are going to both push the packs, and you're very right there, Dan. Here you go. There's your point in action. The riflemen find the packs completely unaided. Only the snipers picking off the riflemen from afar, or about to. And we've got bar fight coming in the snipers, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, that one could go down. It's actually been blocked in by its own pack gun as well, so another extra shot may finish that. That's so lucky. Pack gun blocking it in completely. I don't know how long Hans can stay in this, to be honest.
No, it's difficult. And he also is going to take his own pack 40 now, is Jove. So even when the Tiger hits, it's up against the Pershing, it's up against the pack 40. Not going to go too well.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Hans doesn't surrender this right now, because the most important thing he does, is this is game 1, is try and bleed VPs as much as possible. You know, unless he beats Jove in the next game without getting past 469, then, you know, he really needs to bleed some more VPs down. You can see he's bringing the MG down there now, so that's probably the only reason for him to stay in this game right now. He has got a bit of an army behind him, but the prospects of what he can bring out compared to what Jove's beating him with, not looking too hopeful at the moment.
No, it is not. He's taken an MG42 to try and cap the south victory point. He's maintaining his control of the centre, and as you say, it's all about trying to dwindle his opponent down a little bit. But in doing so, you know, he may open up himself opportunities. He does still have 2 packs, and you could possibly find the Pershing with its rear armour exploited. But you know, Jove's not the kind of player that leaves himself vulnerable. Okay, so sniper update. We're on. Okay, in total, this one's got 35 kills, and the other on 12. So we're not going to exactly hit 100, are we?
I very much doubt it.
I did aim high with that particular betting line, I must admit. Oh god, so the Lieutenant just rampaged into the south, removed the MG42, kept the triple cap, or the double cap rather, on. And there's a lot of work to do.
The Lieutenant has both bazooka and bar. Really maximizing what he has going everywhere. You know, he can deal with every situation because of this.
Ooh, talking of which, the Pershing's been found out, just got fausted. Pack's still firing. The Pershing could be going down here, Dan. This could be Hans' way back in. He's utilised the smoke. There you go. That's the off-map smoke barrage, but the Pack still finds it.
Yeah, that's a really important pickup for him, and just completely unexpected that that would happen. It could signal that there's a chance for him to remain in this game if he plays it right. Triple Pack's doing really well for him now.
Yeah, those 2 packs have done very well indeed. Now pushing away the Sherman in tow. So let's count his army. He's got 2 Grenadiers, 2 Snipers still, one of which is on Veterancy 2, the other which is on Veterancy 3, 2 MG42s. He does have an army here, Dan, and, you know, 130 victory points, he can still make this work.
I believe.
Well, you believe? No, that's exactly what I said. I said it in like a kind of jokey way. What if he finds the Pershing and just about managed to get the shots off he needs? I didn't think that had happened. So Hans definitely believes, and he got it. This kills it. They just killed one of the Vet 3 rifles, dropping both bars. Merry Christmas, helping Hans. He's going to be able to bring a fresh Grenadier on right now and get a double bar straight away.
Yeah, I mean, this I Hasn't gone well for Jove in that last engage. This is the way this game turns. It's absolutely unbelievable, really. Who would have thought Hans had any chance of coming back? But the game has practically gifted him a number of options. The Pershing's down. He now has a chance of getting back into the tech. He's still got, I think, what, 2 of the packs available. One of them got recrewed by Jove on the far north hand side. You know, picking up these bars as well, and he now is able to combat the infantry, you know, 1-for-1. This is really, really good for Hans. Oh, and he just loses a sniper on the north.
Oh dear God.
Oh God. Oh, what a mistake. I can't believe I just said that and he just did that. That is really unfortunate. He was way too close to that engagement, possibly because of the smoke. I don't know if he had like a tack mover on or something, but he walked way too close with the snipers.
It's
That's
been
720 manpower just burned.
Your mic just jumped in volume, by the way.
Did it? I'm so sorry.
There you go, that's better. Well, yeah, man, that was unfortunate to say the least. But both players have done something stupid now, with the Pershing getting caught out by the Pax and the Faust, and now you've had both snipers get disintegrated by a single rifle squad. But do you know what Helping Hands has just done, Dan?
He's rebuilding both snipers.
Yep. Not a bad decision, I mean.
You'd think if they were that valuable, you'd keep them alive.
Yeah,
oh gosh, there's people in chat saying, where is Hans' luck in this game? The luck was when he just killed the Pershing and got 2 bars. The problem was, I mean, I'm guessing that looked like an attack move error, and it's just very unfortunate, but, you know, he needed to capitalize on that opportunity he was given there, and it's just so sad that that happened.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying, because it's always nice to see a comeback, and then just having your snipers get countered by 1 rifle with bars is... Both of them, it's just brutal.
They were too close, though. They were way too close in that game.
Well, he didn't even react, you know. He just didn't react, and it's... Oh, grenade goes in, the Grenadiers there. You've got the Lieutenant with Veteran 3 gunning them down on retreat. Who took up the bars, by the way? Was it this? Yeah, a Grenadier.
They're the Grenadiers. I think they picked up 1 each, actually, because one's already got a flamer on.
Ooh, Terminator squad, basically. Nice.
Yeah, they're a very efficient squad. Well, the Pershing's on the field now. We're coming up to the Tiger, though. I'd be interested to see what Hans can do with the Tiger here. He's got enough to actually still work around the map, but he needs to focus on the VPs. You know, you can snipe any of the squads down to a low enough amount of health where his Grenadiers will be quite effective against them.
I mean,
he's still in a good stead with that.
Just about. This game is a real brutal contest. Here we go in the south. He's again sending the MG42 to Cap. This time it's going to be the captain that tries to thwart him. Snipers open up in pretty much the same place as they died last time. The Pershing this time is going to be their opponent. Pioneer goes north to try and pick up the ball. Does indeed do it.
I really can't believe how much Jove has dropped in this game in terms of his tech. He must be really annoyed. I don't think I've ever seen anyone drop as many weapons as Jove has.
Ooh, Sherman. Big health damage there. Also getting a nice kill on one of the models, attaining veterancy 2. He's been on the field long enough. Pershing's only got 1 kill down though.
Yeah. Well, that's been eventful for the last 5 minutes. Jesus.
Yeah, it's been unreal, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, somehow, I mean, Hans is still in the game. There's no doubt about that for sure.
Just by the skin of his teeth, he's got 65 victory points remaining, and that is, you know, a few good double caps away from imminent defeat and going 1-0 down in this big semi-final. And these guys are hungry. These are very hungry players. Jove won last week. Hans has yet to win a weekly tournament. And with the pack being a lot tighter and a lot more competition, obviously places for those final 8 in the big monthly tournament for €1,300 are very precious indeed. So all the points are vital. Oh, Pershing finally rears into action with its first 4 kills, now wiping a Pioneer. That did have a bar, by the way, so it's lost a bar there.
As we said earlier, Hans's focus should be right now the VPs and draining as many as possible because it's very unlikely he's going to win this. That should be the primary focus right now if we're thinking about future games and how the series is going to go. That is looking very unlikely right now. We've got a half track on the left hand side with what I believe is the captain, and then Pershing on the right, sorry, on the north.
Oh, I love ultra graphics. This Tiger looks beautiful. Sorry, it just does. My inner Ami is coming out. I can't help it.
Yeah, it's... I'm just going to wait and see what happens here.
Oh, the Veteran C2 pack has just been decrewed. Snipers open up to try and take some measure of vengeance. Here comes the Tiger. It's got no pack support anymore, so it is a pure Tiger versus Pershing confrontation. They're both feeling better of it right now. They don't want to go in for the assault. It's the only way I can get them both in my screen at the same time there.
Hans does get a nice wipe there.
Ooh, stolen pack ready to open up on the Tiger. The Pershing now feels like it's in a better position.
Gotta hand it to him, he's really fighting for this. But this is his chance right now. All he needs to do is get everything he's got on these two VPs, sit them there and just try and bleed as much as possible. Make it work. However it needs to work, whatever you need to throw it there. Just constantly be in that point and drain it down.
Oh god, look at this Sherman with its increased mobility on the bonus cover road, attacking the Tiger. It's feeling a bit like Fury right now with Brad Pitt, seemingly. But here comes the Pershing, though, to try and make the odds very uneven indeed.
Sniper got wiped by the Sherman.
Oh, brutal. Absolutely brutal.
About 2 Grenadiers as well.
I mean, to Hans' credit right now, he does actually have a double cap. He's got 21 victory points, so he definitely needs it. He's just built a half track as well. That's a strange one. No Pioneers on the field to repair the 70 health Tiger. He's doing some tree felling right now. There we go, we got this rear echelon with the bazookas coming north to cap the victory point and put the death null in for Hans. We've got a very interesting synergy of units down south, the captain and the AA half track protecting that particular victory point, so it's all about this northern one for now. Pack is being recrewed thanks to the handy 251 half track, which is going to help a lot. And we're ready for our final assault, the big one. And kick-off cut, by the way, Dan, where Hans beat Jove in that big spectacular game, that was on Colony Firma in the south, so this is like a reverse situation in the north. Will Jove make it work against all the odds? Well, not all the odds, but in a clutch situation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I don't think so right now. I say we just need to focus, I think, now on what's going to happen in game 2.
21 victory points remaining. Here we go. Jove is capping the north. It's a very difficult situation indeed. The Sherman's now been found out by the Tiger. Will the 60 health Tiger, that's only killed 4 units in its entire time on the field, make itself work right now? It's going careering for the Sherman. Elsewhere in the north, it looks like the cap is indeed in Jove's favour. Here we go. The Tiger. One more shot necessary on the Sherman. Doesn't even manage to do that. Elsewhere, you've had the pack opening up on the Pershing, doing its hardest to push that away. That's 2 Shermans in total. This was the new Sherman that was getting assaulted. Smoke shells flying across my screen. I saw the shadows go across the ground, and that has
more than VP hold here.
Brought to you by NVIDIA 970 GTX, which is a great graphics card for this game. I recommend it highly. Now that I can actually watch it in 50 frames per second, ultra graphics, I'm not even just like bragging. I'm just saying, you know, this game is poorly optimized, but if you can update your rig, get some more RAM, get a better graphics card, it really is worth it. It's a beautiful game. It just helps when you can see the shadows of things flying overhead, you know. I wouldn't have seen those shells come in otherwise. It's pretty cool. You're updating your rig soon, aren't you, Dan? I mean, it's good for like 1v1 playing on your own, but for like streaming and stuff, it does get overtaxed sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah. Alright for streaming what I do.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, big grenade there on the Vet 3 Rifleman. Will these Panzer Grenadiers manage to cap the north? We've also got an engagement in the south, but that's just the MG42 being pushed away by Helping Hands. He did not assess that situation very well. Oh, here we go. The 4th Stug E is now on the field as well. That's going straight north to try and help the Panzer Grenadiers cap this. He's got 2 victory points remaining. However, in the mid, you've got LMG Grendy is pushing away that rifleman. All the tanks come to bear at the same time, though, in combination with these rear echelon troops. Pack 40 is doing its hardest to try and keep the north, but Rangers with Thompson's hype, they managed to wipe the pack. And here comes the Pershing. Big assault, wipes a squad, attacks the Tiger, 20% health remaining on the Tiger. One more shot required, destroys the Tiger. And it's all over, Dan. If,
Yep.
if there was a fat lady, she'd be singing right now.
Yep, she'd be humding-a-dinging.
Humdingadinging. Sorry, let me just get your camera up. What would the fat lady be doing, Dan?
Humding-a-dinging.
Humdingadinging. Oh, that's an interesting one. I've never. Is that the Leffe talking? Let's just go through the units. I know people like the stats, so I'll quickly bring up the stats for you all. But I'm enjoying this now. It's getting interesting. So, what were those stats of that Hands game versus Barton? It was unreal, wasn't it? 120 kills, 20 losses. As
Yeah,
Brits.
it was pretty impressive when he's playing Brits. I hope he plays Brits again in the next game. It's probably his best chance of playing against Jove here.
Jove.
But the problem is that didn't take enough VPs in that game. It's most likely, if he does win, going to be Jove picking the faction in game 3.
That Sherman was so hype when it took out both of those Stuggies. That was really exciting, and I think that was the turning point of the game. You can see it happen here, by the way. So this is Helping Hands' graph. There's the Pumas, and there's the demise of the Pumas. Sherman kills one here, and then kills the other there. And then it was always a massive gulf in army value from that point. And there you go. So most valuable unit was Pack 40 for him. And let's go back to the head screen and get on with it, Daniel. We're in a big one today, my friend. That's only the first game of the
Yeah,
semi-final.
we sure are. I'm a little